What is good, people? Satsuki the Savage here, and today is day 3 of 12 days of anime, and this time we will be talking about Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan, more specifically his growth or his character shift during the time skip and where we see him in the current arc, the final arc, also in Marley as well, alright? So, with that being said, we're going to jump right into the fire. Let's go. The Eren that we've known for most of Attack on Titan pre-time skip is a different Eren that we now know. He's taller, more muscular, and has longer hair, but the question is, how much has he changed as a character? Cutting it short, I think at Eren's core, he has not actually changed much, and throughout the video, you'll see why I believe this. Let's go back to 845. Eren is 10 years of age, and his surface traits can be summed up as impulsive, rebellious, and zealous, with there being an underlying cause for this that has always remained consistent with Eren. Validating my profile on Eren's character, at this point, he is picking fights with people solely for badmouthing the Survey Corps, he's talking back to his mother, and he has already killed a man at age 9. Expanding on my last statement, Eren not only killed someone, but also encouraged Mikasa to do the same. What's important there isn't the act of persuasion, but the sentiment behind it. Eren's mentality since long ago was to fight. Thus, he instructed Mikasa to kill the intruder, obviously because of self-defense, but also because the intruders threatened the freedom of Mikasa and him both. And therein lies the underlying cause of Eren's actions: freedom. Traveling back to my other two examples to support my claim, I want to explore the meaning in those scenarios. Why was Eren so quick to run phase and commit the cardinal sin of defying his mother? Well, the heart of it all is the Survey Corps. Eren joined the Training Corps after 2 years, and he joined the Survey Corps even later. So how could he be so adamant to defend a group he wasn't in and barely knew at the time? It's because what the Survey Corps represents is at the center of Eren's passion. Again, freedom. Eren as a kid longed for the days he could venture to the outside world, condemning those who were content with being confined within the walls. So for him, the value of liberty is something that costs more than his own life. With the foundation of Eren's character being laid out, let's go to a time where he started to appear to have a change of heart, which was after he joined the Levi squad. In this saga, Eren was more reserved and hesitant to be outspoken because Levi put a metaphorical leash around his neck. Eren was no longer the problem child. He was obedient to Levi and attempted to put a lid on his spontaneous Titan shifting. Here, the former hot-headed Eren was a lot more tame, but in actuality, this quote-unquote change was a temporary suppression of his true being. In the same frame of time, after most of the Levi squad were wiped out by Annie, Eren retracted back to his old self, transforming into a Titan to fight Annie out of anger. So with this, we can see that even with Eren not being as rash as he once was, his main attributes stayed intact. The next character shift will probably be in the Uprising arc, where Eren was at his most vulnerable. The specific moment I'm alluding to is when Eren accepted his potential death at the hands of Historia after discovering how Grisha finessed the founding Titan. Eren in this situation is broken. We see him crying and essentially giving up his life, and while that picture conflicts with my profile of Eren, it still doesn't betray his core value. Eren felt the weight of immense guilt because of the atrocities that his father committed, but he didn't try to give up his life simply out of atonement. It was for the reoccurring word, freedom. Eren believed the founding Titan power should be transferred back to royalty because he thought it would allow them to control the Titans terrorizing the outside, so Eren's would-be sacrifice was for the freedom of humanity. And even with Eren's other surface traits that weren't apparent in the Uprising incident, later on in the story, we see a semblance of the old Eren return. Moving forward to the tail end of the Return to the Shiganshina arc, Retro Eren came back when the Titan Serum decision happened. Under the fear of his best friend Armin dying, Eren committed insubordination and acted on the spur of the moment, staying consistent with my description of his character. The next time we see a seemingly different Eren is after the 2 time skips, the first one giving us a glimpse of the new Eren. The Titans have been killed, people are able to go outside the walls at their leisure, and while everyone is having fun taking in the foreign sight of the ocean, Eren took no part at all. What Eren cared about in that moment was acknowledging the enemies across the water that jeopardized the well-being of his people, and this attitude of Eren was the same 3 years later. Now we have current Eren, who people perceive as a completely different person from Eren 4 years prior. This current Eren is willing to deceive people, hurt his friends, and kill countless of people, but is this not in line with Eren's profile? Impulsive, rebellious, zealous, with freedom being his priority. That is how I labeled the Eren of old. So let's see if that depiction rings true for the Eren of now. Eren took the initiative to start a war with Marley without any backup, almost dying had Mikasa not showed up, so the impulsive nature is still there. Eren has openly defied the wishes of the Survey Corps and all other authority, getting locked up and breaking out, so the rebellious streak is still there. Eren is extremely devoted to his cause, as he's been willing to risk the lives of the people he cares about, so he is still zealous in that regard. Where Eren has changed is in his methods. He approaches situations more calmly and thinks a little more, but his core personality has not been adjusted. The reason why I believe others think Eren has changed is because he has taken drastic measures that were unprecedented for him, but Eren has always been on this path. For example, there was a time Eren threatened to make Rethal and Reiner suffer for obvious reasons, but the point is, Eren at that time did not care to hear their side of the story. Compare that moment to Eren and Reiner meeting in Marley, where they sit down and have a conversation. While talking, Eren appears to sympathize with Reiner's plight, but that doesn't stop him from doing a Jeff Hardy dive on the citizens of Marley, proving that Eren hasn't really changed, only his demeanor and focus. What made the old Eren, like his hard-headedness, his conviction, and his rage, never dissipated. It was only redirected elsewhere. Think about the animosity Eren harbored towards the Titans. The current Eren has the same temperament, it's just now the enemy is most of the world. Where the difference lies is that Eren now has the power, the knowledge, the focus, the freedom to be more of who he already was. Lastly, as a bonus, I want to highlight two quotes from Eren's buddies that parallel to his current behavior. The first one comes from Mikasa. There are only so many lives I can value, and I decided who those people were 6 years ago, so you shouldn't try to ask for my pity, because right now, I don't have the time to spare or room in my heart. That quote nails down Eren. Right now, he is only valuing the lives of Eldians, and he literally does not have much time left since he should die within 4 years. The final quote comes from Armin. The people capable of changing things are the ones who can throw away everything dear to them. Someone who can't throw anything away will never be able to change anything. Pretty much right on the nose, Eren is discarding his humanity to change the world. Whether it's for the better or for the worse is for you to decide. Alright people, that concludes my thoughts on Eren. Let me know what you think about Eren. Did he get a lot better for you? Because I know people were complaining about the old Eren from season 1 or season 2, especially season 3 during the Uprising arc. People really had problems with Eren then. Do you like this new Eren? Tell me your thoughts on him. But guys, that is it for my video. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe. Satsuki the Savage, out.
Am I dying to live, or am I living to die? Living a lie, with my head stressed out, see I'm stressed out.